Our episode begins with a lady donkey of exploration. She runs fast, she jumps really high, and she's just perfect for exploration. So, as a donkey of her caliber, of course, we had to bring her to the nether, which I transformed, because otherwise, she would have died here with all of the unsafe infrastructure. I don't really know what to call it, but yeah, we now have usable bridges, stairs, passages, passageways for donkeys. Of course, I am there as well to help her with the exploration and also to make the nether portals that I really want to make to areas that are really far away from my overworld base. But of course, the introduction of donkey friendly infrastructure in the nether also allows us to look at the things that we've done to the nether and also look at the things we've explored. And even here at the nearby nether fortress, ow, we can ride our donkey and ow, go to another area, which is this place, connected to a swamp really far away. And we're not really looking for Shrek, no, we're looking for a new farm. And that farm is a witch farm. Yeah, I made this. It was really hard. I did not follow a tutorial in making this, so I don't know if it's especially slow or whatever. But I knew I wanted to player drops, and I knew I wanted the looting 3 enchantment on my sword, so yeah, we'll have to make do with this. I even added this copper golem sorting system. It's my first time building it in survival, and it's really ugly, but it works. And of course, I also added the copper golem sorting system right here at our gold farm because, I really needed to sort the items. These are like kind of useless, the boots, the potions, but everything else is really valuable. But this story isn't really about me adding copper golem sorting systems or riding the donkey around. I think it's time for us to do something else. Hi, I am here in front of the house I made last episode, and don't worry, you don't have to see my last episode or my previous episode to understand what we're going to do today. Yeah, so what are we going to do today? I don't really know. That's why you don't have to see the previous episodes. But yeah, oh my gosh. Stop. Stop. I hate these guys. Oh, thank you. Got a trident out of that. Yeah. I have no idea what I'm going to do this episode. But yeah. I guess I'll stop with the talking and instead start with the doing. Let's clean this place up. I told you all there was a villager who moved in. This is his house now. Hi. It's quite the view from this house, but the outside isn't really too enticing right now. And we're going to fix that with this. So let's start terraforming. Right, like, does this look good? Huh. I think it could. It has the potential to look good. So from above, from this side, it looks good. You're leaving, like you're from the inside, you're going out. It looks good. It looks good. Okay. Yep. So from this side, let's say I turn this into a port. Then you're coming from here, you're walking down there. It looks good, right? It looks good. Except for this part. I'll just cover that up. And actually, I brought this water bucket here so I can easily take care of these grass things. Okay. Okay. You know what? The water bucket thing isn't really doing it for me. So, yeah, I'll stop recording and then do this for an hour or so. Then we'll see each other after this is done. Hello, okay, I've done a few things. you might notice the villager behind me. And if you've noticed them before in a previous recording or something, yeah, they're always up here. I thought it was funny, so I'm here as well. And I think it's also a good vantage or like viewpoint to see everything I've done. Yeah, I've terraformed this area. It's not really an extreme change, but you can see the difference. I think the slope is kind of more gentle this time around, high, and I've blocked off all of. Oh no! Don't push me off, okay? Don't push me off. I think I've done a great job. I haven't removed all of the grass. I hate the grass, but yeah, I've covered up the caves. I've rescued a few villagers. In fact, you can see one of the villagers right here. He doesn't know how to get inside because he's stupid. I don't know, maybe he's a little bit more sinister. Maybe he's a stalker. Who knows? Hi, sorry, I need your bed. Notice anything different here? Yeah? You notice that tree? Yeah, that wasn't me. But I did something. And you can see that something. I cleared out the entire village. They're all living outside right now. As you can see, the villagers are all living outside. But yeah, I tore down everything. The goal was just to remove all of the structures because, yeah, I figured I don't really want to do much today. I might as well just start with like some city planning. Yeah, that's my goal for this episode. We're going to start planning out this village or this city. Okay, my cat is being noisy again. This should help me visualize, like, okay, that's going to be one building. And with this, I have already seen that, okay, I can extend this a little bit and just mold the terrain because I want this to fill like that space. Maybe it's going to be like two tiered or something. This one's gonna be like much lower. I'll try that. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do for the next hour or so. Okay, so I've run out of wool. Like, you can check this out. No more wool in my inventory. This is where all the wool went. And looking at this, it looks very busy. It looks very dense. I want it to be a dense city with like occasional houses and shacks and whatever popping up at the outskirts. So it gets more dense the more you get to the city center. And I really focused around the city center, or at least in this area of the city center. Let's say you're coming from here, you see a fork in the road. You can go left or you can go right. You go right, you go up in elevation, and then these are the houses that you see. And eventually, another fork here. You can go right, you can go left, and then here is the actual town center, or where the actual town center will be. And of course, there is this big building here. It's gonna be a church, and we'll talk about this later. And then one other thing I focused on is this street. I don't know if I can. Yeah, okay, I can climb up once I go down there. But this street is going to be a street full of like stores, a wet market of some sort. Maybe I'll make it a palenque, a wet market, literally, where goods are sold. So like this is like close to the sea, so maybe some fishermen sell their fish there. And the goal is that once I get this all like cleaned up, the terrain, we can easily climb up. So from the water level, from the sea level, you climb up into the city, and this is the view that you see. So the street kind of like frames the church. So it's this church that greets you from the port. Then entering the church, we have a bit of like a plaza strictly for the church. Maybe we can have like a few gravestones right around here. And yeah, this church isn't really inspired, or like it's inspired by a lot of churches that I've seen, but it's not really gonna be a recreation of an actual church. Okay, so remember I was complaining about running out of wall. Well, I don't think I'm going to run out of wool anytime soon. Yeah, I have plenty of wool because I decided to make a bigger, or like an actual wool farm. Let me just turn down the friendly mob sound because they're very noisy. They're very noisy in there. And this design, if you've seen it before, is from ENX04. It's a very good design. It's very productive. This is like 3 modules of the farm. It's a very tileable design. And if you want to learn more about it, I'll hopefully remember to link the video to the farm tutorial in the description. But yeah, it's a very good design. It's very cheap. It's very easy to make. It's kind of not as easy to refill with like shears or like re-dye the sheep. Anyway, that wasn't the point. I just wanted to show the wool farm that I made using ENX04's design. Again, the video will hopefully be in the description, the link to the video that I followed. But yeah, going back to our city, let's take this route here instead of the. I usually go for the mountain, but yeah, I'll see you there. So, of course, from the cherry camp, the buildings are starting to render. Our lighthouse is as massive as ever, and honestly, when you see it from like this view, it's such a big lighthouse, and then that's such a small house. It kind of doesn't make sense, but maybe we can mess around with the lore, make it make sense that this is such a large structure and then that is such a small village. I think even the trees here don't make sense when you compare it to how big the lighthouse is. So, yeah, we'll think about that in the future. But now that the buildings are being rendered in, the city is being rendered in, it's mostly the same, but we have a few other new things here. This I'm planning is gonna be the path down to this house, and then, of course, I think I haven't shown you this view. When you walk down here, your view is very narrow, and then boom, it becomes really wide. Just playing around with that idea a little bit, framing your view using the houses, the streets, and of course, this is the church. I'm still messing around with that central bell tower up there. I don't think I like that height, but we'll see. And then you'll see this is a new thing. It's gonna be okay. Stop obstructing my view. This is going to be maybe the city hall. Yeah, I want the city hall to also have a prominent spot. So why not place it there? Seriously? Right in front of my salad? Okay. Yeah. One new thing that I wanted to talk about was this part. Yeah, it's right beside the church, and it's gonna be a big house with like, the houses here. This one has like a small garden or whatever. Most of the houses don't have that kind of luxury to have a small garden. This one has a big lot and a big house, and it's gonna have a garden, maybe some trees, maybe, you know, some other things. But when you move past this house, I haven't marked anything out yet. I'm planning on turning this into farmland. So you have wheat, you have carrots, you have potatoes, and then maybe some trees, fruit trees just for the vibes. And then, of course, there's going to be a house for the farmers, or some houses for the farmers, and then some shacks, some sheds. And maybe, since we have a lot of donkeys bred up, maybe we can relocate them here, have them like free roaming in a fenced in area. So it's gonna be a ranch behind the church. So a farm, a ranch, and an orchard. Orchard, is that how you say it? I don't really know. So farm, ranch tree area, and then we'll have some bees. And so that's it for this week. That's everything that I am able to do, and I kind of want to maintain a weekly schedule, even though I know it has been like 10 days or so since I last uploaded. And it starts to rain. Thank you. No, honestly, like, yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you're watching, if people are watching my new videos, yeah, I'm really excited to start working on this, especially since I've given myself quite the task building a lot of small houses. So it's gonna have, hopefully, it's gonna have a lot of variety. Hopefully, we're going to have like a lot of different colors, different things, you know, a lot of life in our village. I don't know why you're watching. It's that time again. But yeah, this, if you're really wondering, like, this is my hobby, Minecraft, and I'm just recording myself playing because it kind of motivates me to, like, you know, do more in Minecraft because I feel like I would have, like, stopped playing ages ago if I didn't have, you know, the luxury to play this really often and also record myself playing. It doesn't make sense when I talk about it like that, but it makes sense to me, and that's what matters. So, yeah, thank you so much, and goodbye.